Hello there. Today I watched the comedic crime drama The Kill Room and now I want to talk about it. The Kill Room follows a gallery owner named Patrice. Her business is struggling, so when a crime boss comes to her asking to use her gallery as a money laundering front, she agrees to it. All kinds of hijinks ensue while she deals with balancing the underworld and her art business. The story was written by Jonathan Jacobson and directed by Nicole Pound, and stars Uma Thurman as Patrice, Joe Manganiello as Reggie the Bagman, and Samuel Jackson as Gordon the crime boss. Okay, so let's start off with the positives. The acting in this film is well done. The visual journey is clean and crisp, and the story is straightforward with a decent bit of humor and a few good characters. The general cast isn't very large, but it does have a few speaking roles and a decent lineup of supporting characters at its disposal. Most of the screen time is spent with Uma Thurman as Patrice, interacting with the different members of the art community and criminal underworld. There are snooty art guests, lowbrow criminals, and a few difficult artists. Uma Thurman's Patrice is a slightly narcissistic art gallery owner who knows how to turn a phrase and who isn't afraid of speaking her mind. She starts off with a lot of pride, but quickly lets go of it when she realizes she's out of options. She's got a slight addiction problem too, which causes the film's story to take place, but the film never really addresses it, or why she has it, other than to do some jokes. Thurman tries to put some charisma into the character and does her best with the humor, but she plays what they wrote quite well, and what they wrote is an unlikable character. Joe Manganiello and Sam Jackson also appear in the film for short stints, but neither gets the time they need to truly develop their characters. Manganiello plays Reggie the Bagman. He's an assassin who ends up painting for Gordon and Patrice. Manganiello plays him as a tough guy with a soft inner core, and he does great with the physical acting and subtle emotional work. He has a lot of screen presence in the role. Sam Jackson plays Gordon the crime boss, and most of his scenes involve him playing an unserious criminal. He makes light of everything around him, and he's pessimistic toward everyone else's plans. He acts as great comedic relief and does a good job of making the exposition dumps more palatable. The Kill Room's visual journey follows a simple and easy to follow pathway. We watch as the characters converse and joke around on a couple of different sets with the occasional murder montage. The film makes use of a few different locations: an art gallery, a commercial kitchen, a restaurant, and it builds a few of its own sets. The characters are mostly dressed up in fancy dresswear, with the occasional working man look for the gangsters. The film also features a decent variety of art pieces that it displays in the galleries. Sound-wise, The Kill Room uses original songs to pad out the atmosphere and attempts to follow the emotions with the tracks. They do a good job of being catchy, and every once in a while they connect well with the scenery. Story-wise, The Kill Room has a bit of humor in it, a decent premise at the core of it, and a couple of entertaining characters. The humor mostly comes from laughing at the out-of-touch nature of rich art patrons and at Patrice when her eccentric behavior is embarrassing. The jokes are non-stop, so if you like that kind of humor, there are lots of laughs to be had. The story essentially boils down to a woman getting in bed with bad people due to money problems. In the process, she meets a criminal who's not like the others, and together they take on the mob in an indirect way. There's lots of potential for deep emotions and a nuanced perspective into why criminals are the way they are. The material is ripe for joking around and building out a compelling narrative. The cast also features a few entertaining characters. Reggie the Bagman, for example, is a working-class killer without much appreciation for fine art. Watching him interact with the art world and question its pompous nature was fun. Gordon the crime boss was another good character. He's constantly running his mouth, poking fun at everyone, and trying to lighten the mood. He's like a breath of fresh air every time he's on screen. Alright, now for the negatives. The story lacks any excitement because it anchors itself on a character that isn't likable. Patrice is a drug addict that has an elitist attitude, and her only redeeming feature is that she is loyal to the people around her. It feels impossible to get invested in the story because of her, and most of the plot is related directly to her. If you can't root for her, you won't enjoy most of the film. The visual journey lacks standout scenes and interesting shots. There are no big artistic moments and no big visual gags. The murder sequences are also incredibly short, are done in montage form, and we never meet or learn about the victims in any way. They don't have much impact on the film, they just represent how the Bagman comes to make his more prominent pieces. The soundtrack fails to make any real impact as well. The songs feel like nice-sounding filler that just aren't relevant to the story. They could have gotten a lot more out of the emotional parts of the story if they'd done a better job of mixing and matching. Overall, The Kill Room is a slightly underperforming film. The main character is too unlikable to carry the story, and there isn't anything standout about the production. The actors did a good job despite the limitations of the writing, and they did manage a clean visual experience, but it wasn't enough to make the film interesting or enjoyable. I'd give this film a 4 out of 10. Remember, these are just my thoughts on the film. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Bye-bye.